Hi, teammates. I found this guy today, Joseph Ha-kohen, and he was a physician and historian, and he had a prominent work about France and Turkey, Chronicles of the Kings of France and Turkey, and he makes France to be the victor of Christianity and Turkey to be the victor of Islam, and he shows the differences between those, and he wrote about the persecution of the Jews and about their martyrdom, and he called it the Veil of Tears. He had that book also, and shows how the persecution of the Jews was going on all over the world, and he supported the release of Jews from being held captive near Italy, somewhere, and he wrote about America too, just briefly about Columbus and Amerigo Vespucci and the New World. So, and he wrote in a biblical style. So I found some symbolism on him. This article here. 3 more arrested in June 12th murder of Ocala man. And you can see this man here. May he rest in peace. This is from July 1st, 2016. And you can see here Courtney London was killed. He was shot in the chest in front of his 4 children. And Joseph Ha-kohen had 5 children, and but anyway, he was shot and killed at the front door of his mother's residence at 1948, which is the year of Israel independence, 1948, and 1948 Northwest 6th Street was kicked in. London tussled with the intruders and was shot in the chest in front of his 4 children. So, and then I looked at the killers on this, and I'll show you here. The killers were Keilo Richardson. You can see here. Keilo Richardson. And so that's like some symbolism from when I was at Lindsey Wilson, going to school there. I had a friend named Shay Cummings, and he lived in Richardson one year. That was his dorm that he was in one year when I wasn't there, but we were good friends, and that's the Lindsey Wilson representation, and Kelvin Grimmage and Brendan Jeremiah Marquise Banks showing the bank, like how corrupt the bank is, and the bank it could be on its way out. It could be an economy crash coming soon, but Kelvin Grimmage represents more Lindsey Wilson symbolism, and then Travis Trap Davis represents Lindsey Wilson symbolism as well, and Shay Cummings, who I called him Blade, and we were good friends, and he was black, and we were good friends, and don't make this about race. There's going to be a blending at the end, and so just keep faith, teammates, and just have faith and trust the Holy Ghost. And Grimmage and Davis, who are brothers, it says Grimmage and Davis, who are brothers. You can see that there. So that's like, Grim Mage mage is kind of like the, being a demon hunter, and then being like the mage, the wizard. And we've seen that mage before. That was on the Georgia Godstone when they had the extra stone there, and then they took it down, if you remember that. And then Travis Day Trap Davis represents setting the trap. And it represents my friend Shay, but Blade, but it also represents setting the trap, like the Captain Morgan commercials, where all the bats come out. And Blade is like a vampire anyway, so that's like setting the trap. So I just thought it was interesting that these two were brothers, and then at the 4300 block of Southeast 115th Street in Bellevue, that's where the cops surrounded a home, and eventually Grimmage and Davis surrendered. So if we go to Aristemus of Sparta, Dilios played David Wenham. So that's symbolism of Church 4. This is the 300 movie, and so that's going on. So keep faith, teammates. Thank you. May God have mercy on this man who died, and be ready for the trap. And we're bait in the trap, so it's going to be a crazy ride. So, but keep faith and keep the peace. Thank you.